Welcome back, baby. Season 2, episode 2. Name a better plug. You know the vibes, man. I'm out here back in Brooklyn with my boy AK.
Yes, sir.
It's been a while. I'm just trying to get back to my roots, you know. After a long little twist. It's been a year since we got back into it. Out on LI now, but you know, I gotta show love. It's the Brooklyn way.
Listen, man. I motherfucking told y'all. I told y'all, we're not going anywhere. We're here. We are outside. We're back. Fuck you talking about? We're here. I told y'all, we're here. So
told y'all last time. You seen the videos. They're coming up. Stay tuned, man. It's gonna be a fun ride. I'm looking forward to our guest appearances this season.
Yes, sir. Me too.
We got some fun things in store. We're trying to change it up. I was just telling AK before, you know, like we didn't want to just do it. We wanted to wait until we had everything right before we came back. We learned a lot from season 1. We had to get our production up. We needed to get an editor for the background, you know.
Yo, shout out to my man Nikki Cameras.
Yeah, shout out to Nikki Cameras.
I already said every episode I'm gonna say Nikki Cameras at least once.
That's a fact. We got to promote my boy, man. We got a new camera. Speaking of cameras,
yeah,
you know, shout out to Sony one time.
We out here.
We got the lighting right.
Let's get it.
It's different.
Let's get it. Full production. And if you want to show, you gotta sign an NDA, but that's another story.
That's a story for another time. Only for our guests out there. But on that note, we are looking for guests. So if you see these episodes, please hit us up in the DM or contact us directly, because if you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you, you know, get into some details, talk about your dating life, maybe give you some advice on what's going on in your life. So,
are you in the Brooklyn area? Are you currently having a shitty dating experience? Does the dating pool have piss in it? Well, why don't you join up with the Name It Better Plug Boys and talk about your experience?
Not only that, but you know, we could take it a step further, because you know, you could call us Match.com as well. We got a lot of players out there that are looking for a wife as well, like
yes,
we
sir.
talked about last time.
Yes, sir.
You know, we get into the 30s now, and the dating pool is trash, as AK mentioned. So if you're looking for the one, you know, give us your specifics on that, height, type, all of that. We're going to get into more details on this episode, and you never know.
So speaking about 30s, right? You said it's 30s, and well, we're in our 30s, and it's currently November. So I know...
You know what time it is.
So usually it's cuffing season.
You know what time it is.
It's cuffing season. But I'm not going to lie. I feel like since I hit 30... the cuffing season shit hasn't hit the same way. Like, I don't know if it's still a thing in your 30s.
I don't know, man. I feel the same way, honestly, because I got nothing.
Me neither.
Damn, it's funny. We got a relationship pod, but we ain't got no relationships.
It's funny how much changed in a year.
It really is.
Last year, I might have too many relationships.
I know. Last cuffing season was saturated.
Right.
This one is dry.
You know what it is? I didn't put any applications out this year.
I know. Yeah.
I didn't put the we hiring sign up, so
I didn't put my ads out.
Yeah.
My Instagram was suspended.
Yeah,
I haven't really been marketing.
You finally got that back, right?
I finally got it back. They got back to me after 3 weeks, like, oh, sorry, it was a mistake in the system. But you know, Facebook just laid off 11,000 people, so
yeah, and
I kind of like I do feel for them in some regards, but at the same time, it's like, damn, you just cut my shit for no reason, like.
And one of those 11,000 people was my man's. So fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg, and fuck,
shout out to Dart real quick.
Yeah, and fuck Meta. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wildin'. But you know what? Actually, I take it back, because we gonna post this on Instagram. So I love you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you gonna be like, oh, you were violating the terms of.
Don't Kanye me, baby, or Kyrie me.
Oh shit! That's actually that's crazy. I want to just touch on that real quick because you mentioned it, because I've been feeling the type of way about the Kyrie situation.
As do I.
I mean, you know, like he really just posted some shit. I don't even think that he had any malintentions around that. He was honestly trying to educate one group of people and didn't realize that he was harming another. And I think actually because of the Kanye situation in the media, and because how prevalent it is, and also cancel culture, etc., I think they really just fried my man. And
but do you think that he put that out there because of what was going on with Kanye? Because Kanye mentioned too, like,
no,
I can't be anti-Semitic.
No, I don't.
You don't? You think? There was
I don't think so at all. I think there was no correlation at all.
All right.
I know, like, based on what I usually see Kyrie posting and how, I mean, he's got the native background. He's very what's the word? It's damn, I have it. but he's for all people essentially.
Right,
There's a term for that.
It's like Omni something or something like that.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
I don't think it was related at all. I know that Kyrie, at the end of the day, is a good person. He actually studies multiple religions.
Yeah.
He comes from a diverse background. He's not anti-Semitic at all. And I think it got way blown out of context. I think even the fact that they suspended him internally as a team for 5 games is extreme. But then the fact that Nike cut his deal just took it to another level.
Well,
and
I think one of the co-owners of Nike is Jewish.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
So I think he took that personal. I mean, listen, man.
However, though, I do want to finish the story. He did just meet with the commissioner, Adam Silver, and he made a public statement, I think, in the last day or two that said Kyrie is not anti-Semitic. It was productive. I mean, he has a list of things that he needs to do in order to get back to play for the team, which I think is super extreme. He did come out with an apology about it. He does understand what he did wrong, but I think they took it to another level on that. Again, I think it is based directly from the situation what happened with Kanye,
right,
who was being, deliberately anti-Semitic, even though I got mixed feelings about that too, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah, I don't know if he was being anti-Semitic, but it's not a political podcast, so
yeah. So let's.
But I don't know. But back to this cuffing season shit, right?
All right, yeah, that was a big loophole.
It's all good. It's all good. So back to this cuffing season shit. I don't think in your 30s cuffing season is really a thing. The reason why is I feel like, and I might get fried for this, right?
Cuffing getting fried on a regular basis.
Yeah, but cuffing season kind of allows men to create this facade of you're gonna be my girl, right? So stick with me.
All right, I'm gonna let you finish.
So it kind of creates this facade where it's like, hey, I fuck with you. I'm gonna stay with you all winter. You're gonna be my ting. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go there. We're gonna do dates. We're gonna go ice skating. My baby dot. You know what I mean? We're gonna do all those things, and then when Valentine's Day start rolling around, it's like, I don't know. Or sometimes it goes forward, right? I feel like dating women in your 30s now, they're like, what are we doing? Am I gonna be your man? Are you gonna be my man? Am I gonna be your girl? I'm trying to get married. What's going on? I want babies. So the game is a little bit different. So I feel like in your 30s, the game is just a little bit different because honestly, they're hip to it. They hip to it
because that's what I was gonna say is because like in your 20s you're still figuring it out. You don't really know where shit's gonna go. You can play the field and there's no hard
repercussions.
Yeah, repercussions on it.
Yeah.
Then you get in your 30s. I mean, even today. I mean, obviously, we're going to a baby shower today, right? We just got back from the wedding, So now that's what I was thinking. Is like you turn 30 right now, you start seeing those things happening. Everyone's getting married. Everyone's having babies, and it applies more social pressure on you in terms of like how you move. So I think in that regard, it totally changes that dynamic. It's like, oh, I can't be covered. And I will say. I mean, when I was a young boy, cuffing season for me, it was like, I might be cuffing multiple women. I'm not gonna lie to you, But now, I'm like, if I'm really getting cuffed, like it's on a different type of time.
So yes or no, is cuffing season a thing in your 30s?
I mean, I would say no at this point.
Okay.
I think if I'm gonna be honest, I think no, because any woman now that I would. First of all, any woman that would want to get serious with me that I'm seriously interested at this point in my life, then it's not about a season. It's about, okay, we're getting serious.
Level boy J.
You feel me?
Level boy J.
Certified.
I'm not mad at that. I have similar sentiments.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be with you at this point, it doesn't matter if it's June, July, December, November, October, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what season it is, because if it's serious, it's serious. And I will say, because of my experience in my 20s, the last 10 years, and not to mention though, I did have.
How many girlfriends you had in your 20s?
I had 2 back-to-back 4-year relationships, serious relationships.
So that's
that's
so from 20 to 28.
Exactly. Actually, well, it was from 18 to 22 or like 19 to 23, and then from then on. But yeah, like, so I was basically cuffed my entire 20s.
Sheesh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Nah, it was good. Honestly, I learned a lot from that. I think I gained a lot of experience, a lot of, I mean, I know exactly like what I'm looking for now, what works for me, what doesn't. I'm very clear on that in terms of like having a type.
So let's get into that.
Yeah.
What are you looking for now, and what's your type? What is that? Like, what does that look like for you?
Yeah. So let me give you the long version of that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because I think like early on, like when like coming out of high school and having like little flings and relationships, and then going into college, it's like every relationship you have or any intimate relationship you have with a woman for a long period of time is obviously like a very big building block and experience into how that plays a role into your type and what works, what doesn't. I mean,
absolutely.
But I think the most important thing is how you reflect on that. How do you build on that to kind of specify like what's really important for you? And I think that some people do that better than others.
Okay.
Because I mean, an extreme example is that women or men for this example is like if you have had toxic relationships in high school, whatever, or multiple toxic relationships, then that's all you know, right? So you're more as a 30-year-old or an older person, you're almost more drawn to a toxic situation than you are to a quality man because there's a level of comfortability in that. Do you follow?
I follow.
Yeah. So I think that's a huge point to make, is that you need to learn from these experiences, especially what doesn't work.
Okay.
And I think I have. I mean, I do have a lot of love for my exes and what they've taught me, because I learned so much from those relationships, especially long term. Like, and that's something that's different for everyone, whether you've only been in short-term relationships that have lasted a year or two, or you've made it past 3-4 years, which I think is a huge difference. Or even living with that person,
right?
That just changes the whole experience. So like, I'm very grateful for those experiences, because now at this point in my life, I've learned a lot from that, from going through that process, and knowing also like what were the things that went left and why it didn't continue on in those circumstances. So like, when I look at like a new person now, I'm evaluating someone based on like longevity, and I'm looking at different fundamentals and qualities, because like this goes back to the thing is like, the honeymoon phase, for example. Right. Everyone, falls in love, and that initial year is going to be amazing in any relationship.
Okay.
But that's not really what you should be thinking of if you're thinking about a long-term partner, because it's like we have a lot of fun, we get drunk, we have great sex, whatever. But at some point, usually 2-3 years in, the sex, like it's not going to be as exciting anymore.
All right.
If you're living with them, hold on, let me just finish. You're living with this person now. You're basically like, that's your best friend, that's your partner, whatever. But it also, and we spoke about this before too, it's like it goes from like I'm out and we're living our independent lives, and now we're living conjoined lives, and it's like when I want to have my social life and my fun, that's outside of my partner, whereas before she was incorporated in that like fun social circle as someone I would go and see. But now we're living, and I'm going deep in layers right now.
Yeah, but I want to back you up a little bit.
Yeah,
because you said a lot. You said a lot of important things. However, I still don't know what your type is or what you're looking for.
Oh, I'm my bad. I mean, I went in the loop
there. Yeah. Listen, I'm still trying to figure out what those things are. Right?
Okay, so
I think everything you said was important. Do you want to go down this rabbit hole? Because we could go down this rabbit hole. And
I do want to go down the rabbit hole, but I do want to answer your question as well. So let me start with that.
Okay.
So initially, I would have answered that question. I would say, oh, I like Latin women, because that's mostly what I've dated. I like, curvy women, beautiful face, curly hair, whatever, like all of these superficial physical things and things like that.
Is it superficial though?
Hold on a second. Let me finish.
Is that not important though?
It is important.
Okay.
Let me finish.
All right.
I would say, however, looking back now, when you ask me what my type is, I would give you qualities as opposed to traits.
All right. So what are you looking for and what's your type?
Right. So I would say I'm looking for someone that is a good communicator, has quality communication.
Okay.
I'm looking for someone that's compassionate.
Okay.
I'm looking for someone who is, well, it falls under compassion as well, but it's just like one of my love languages is physical touch, for example. So I want a woman that is crazy about me.
Okay.
I need that. I want her,
Yeah.
I need that. In order for me to feel like I'm in love, I need to be physically connected to you. I need you to be crazy about me. If I'm the one for you, I want to know that.
Emotionally.
I want to know that. And I want you to be
outwardly.
Not only that, yeah, I want you to be verbal. Because also, one thing I've learned from my relationship is some women are more physical than verbal. And when you're with them, they can show you like mad love, whatever. And it's very physical. But then when we're apart, like I'm talking long distance, it's not reciprocated in the same way in terms of their explaining that, or like just how they feel about you. So for me, that falls under the communication and just like I think that's a love language as well. Is so confirmation.
What would be an example of that? So like if you're taking a trip, if you live
no. I'm saying if you're in a long distance relationship and you're only seeing that person basically on a part-time basis.
Okay, yeah, got you now.
So I'm saying you need to overcompensate for the lack of physical time that you can spend together. That's the point I'm saying. So like, how do you do that? Because it's like, well, if you're not telling me every day, like, or whatever, it doesn't have to be every day. But I'm just saying, like, oh my God, I just want you to know I was thinking so much about you today. I want to tell you, how much you mean to me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Doing those things, which may seem corny, and it's almost not necessary if you're living with that person or seeing them on a regular basis. But if you're not, that is so much more important in a long distance relationship, because you're not getting the opportunity to spend time together and naturally share things where you wouldn't even have to talk about those things at all, because it doesn't matter because you're with them. But when you're not with them, that becomes an emphasis of the relationship.
You ready for this?
Hit me.
Long distance relationships are a waste of fucking time.
Hot take.
They're a waste of fucking time. Long distance relationships are a waste of time. Unless you have the foundation that you guys were already together for X amount of years. You spent this time together. You know each other really well. Something happened. There's a life-changing event. You have to work somewhere else, and then you want to continue a long-distance relationship. But starting a long-distance relationship, like initially making a relationship long-distance, is a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of fucking time because you can't build the foundational values that you need as a couple to be successful.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, to be honest with you. But the one caveat I was gonna say is like, if you've been in that relationship for, I would say 2-3 years, whatever, and you're in the military, so you can understand this, and that's like a very good example. Is even like Ro, he's going on deployment right now. Let's say he had a wife or whatever, or not even a wife. Let's say a girlfriend. A girlfriend.
Being gone for 10 months while you have a girlfriend is tough.
But so I would say you need at least 2 to 3 years before that could even happen, if you would have even trust in making that relationship work. Because I agree with you on your original point.
I don't want to put a timetable on it, but I do think overall, yes, you need the foundation.
Come on, you need the foundation.
I think you do need the foundation. I think if you meet your girlfriend in March, and what's after March? April? If you meet your girlfriend in March, dummy. If you silly rabbit. If you meet your girlfriend in March and then you go deploy for 10 months in April, the chances. All right, so in the Army,
she might not be your girlfriend when you come back.
So in the Army, we call it Jody, right? Jody is fucking your bitch, right? Like that's we call him Jody. Okay. So it's like, yo, there's a good chance that Jody got your girl. It's a good chance. And now the real question is, in a long distance relationship, in those circumstances where you can't talk to each other, you can't visit each other monthly, is it okay for your girl to entertain another man? Is it okay for her to get her rocks off?
That's interesting.
You know?
And I know that, I know that there's like a, that's a real conversation that is being had,
Yeah.
And it's not even with people that are going away. I mean, a lot of people have open relationships, and that's a story for another time, whatever. Right. But I think that also depends on the foundation that you have built.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? You can take it for what it is.
Talk to me.
In the unforeseen circumstance that you are gone, you as my spouse are gone for 10 months, and I have no physical contact with you, I'm going to, at the very least, maybe I won't go as far as to fuck another bitch, but at the very least, I'm going to entertain somebody. And I think you should be okay with that. I think you should be okay with that. It's like if you're in Japan, right? You're in China. It's fucking 12-hour difference. It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So my take on that is, and that gets back to what I was talking about in terms of like physical need, right?
Right.
I think like if you look at it from a fundamental perspective, it's like we all have physical needs.
Absolutely.
We do. But I think that as mature adults, that's something that can be talked about and should be accepted or discussed. And if you're at a certain point in your relationship where you're in it deep, then you should be able to have those types of conversations without it being a conflict.
Yo.
All right. That's a bar.
Yo.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that, but the problem is that most people are in relationships where they're not at a mature enough point or a stable enough point in their relationship where they can have that serious conversation.
Say it again.
Most people are not in a stable, secure enough relationship to have that conversation. But when you're talking about the fundamentals of physical needs and what's important, and you're going away, whatever, I think there should be rules and boundaries and acceptance to what's going to happen. And also, I think that you should be at a point where you could talk about it and say, yeah, you know what? I got a little happy ending at the massage party. You know, I needed that. I paid for it.
Listen.
Okay, like.
I think that is the biggest piece. Communication, right?
Communication is key.
That is the biggest piece.
Major key.
That's the biggest piece. What I think is people in relationships don't like having the tough conversations.
They don't. But they shy away from it. But that's what leads to long-term problems.
Absolutely. And those, I like that. But those tough conversations.
I told you I was going to be on point today.
I see you, baby. But those tough conversations are vital to having a long-term relationship, right? You need to have these tough conversations. Hey, what are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable with? Can I do this? Can I not do this? This is my point of view on this. This is your point of view on this. How can we meet in the middle, right? But if you don't communicate and you just assume, then I feel like you're doomed, right? You can't bars. You can't just assume, bro. You can't just assume. If you assume, you're doomed. Point blank, period.
Boom.
You have to have. If you assume, you're doomed. Boom. Fuck is you talking about?
Fuck is you stupid?
Stupid. You shitting me?
Anyway, but this is funny though. This is going back into getting back into like my type and the loophole I went on. But I like that.
Yeah. So can I get into mine a little bit?
Yeah. Oh,
is it okay?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right.
I've been on a roll.
Yeah,
please,
you've been
tell me. So what's your type?
Spitting today.
Oh yeah, I'm on
spitting
one.
Energy. I like that. So what am I looking for and what's my type? So I'll start with my type. Obviously, ideally, I do like Latinas. Even if you like half black, half Latina, and being Latina, being black is a whole nother story. But I like Latinas.
I like mixed, honestly. I mean, we live in the era of mixed ethnicities and cultures.
Absolutely.
And I'm a huge proponent of that. Because I think they just come out. They come out more beautiful. Yeah.
I'm trying to create it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Likewise.
I'm trying to create it.
Holy.
You stupid. But I prefer Latinas, but I have nothing against my black queens. I fuck with my black queens. I fuck with white women. I fuck with Asian women, Middle Eastern. So none of it. So it doesn't.
Yeah, we don't discriminate around here, baby.
Listen,
we don't discriminate.
Listen, as long as what is most important to me is not my type, right? Because do I have a preference? Yes, but I don't got no type.
I don't got no type. No.
Bad bitches is the only thing that I like.
Actually, I would change it and say, you know, I don't have no type, but there's certain qualities in a woman.
Hello.
That's my difference between being 20 and 30.
Absolutely.
Because originally it was just like, oh my God, this girl is
Right.
bad. But like I was fucking with some toxic ass, crazy ass bitches because they just look fine.
Let me tell you the story. One of the bad bitches I've ever fucked in my life. She was fire. Fire. Like, let me tell you how fire she was. Like, I would go anywhere I go with her, niggas would be like,
oh my God.
Yo, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, respect.
Respectfully.
Yo, your girl is bad. Like, yo, you pulled that. Like, yo.
Oh my God.
Respectfully, bro. Like, you did that. You feel me? Shorty was fire. But one day, I went out with my boys. I got drunk. Obviously, I slept. I woke up to like 42 missed calls, 9 voicemails.
Yeah.
The voicemail was like, where the fuck are you? What are you doing? Da, 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 da. And in the same voicemail, she was like, you know, I'm just playing with you, baby.
Yeah,
I just miss you, baby.
Psycho.
You know,
Psycho.
I'm just trying to figure out where you at and that you're okay. I'm like, oh my God.
Red
what
flag, red flag, red
the
flag.
fuck?
Hazard.
What the fuck?
Hazard ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not about how bad you are. Overall.
Actually, on that note,
Overall,
I actually
overall.
have I got an amazing story for you.
Yeah.
Of my
Let's hear it.
my high school girlfriend.
Before you get into that, shot o'clock?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do a little quick shot o'clock.
All right, man. Yo.
Yo.
Season 2, name it better.
Could never. Woo. Woof. That Gila tequila is lit.
Smooth as fuck.
Yo, get you that. Get you some Gila tequila. You can't get it in America. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it.
Sipping on international flavors.
Yeah, you got to get it overseas somewhere.
We like our women like we like our liquor.
You know what I mean? Latina.
International.
You know what I mean? You say international. I said Latina. I'm hot.
International.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But back into your story.
All right. This is actually a super name it better exclusive right now, by the way.
Let me hear it.
This is super this one. Now I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you about my roots right now. Like this is different. Actually, before I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning.
Let's do it. Let's start from
Where
the
it
top.
all started.
Let's start from the top, baby. Let's get it.
Well, I would say prior to the girl I'm about to talk about, I was dating this beautiful. I even forgot her ethnicity. To be honest with you, I'm bugging. But this girl Chelsea, she was great, whatever. But then I was
Damn,
little younger.
Name dropping too. Chelsea. All right, Chelsea.
Yeah,
Yo,
whatever.
shout outs to you, Chelsea. Whatever you doing
Shout
in
out
this
to
world.
Chelsea.
We
Yeah, I used to call her
appreciate
Chelsea too. She got 2 kids now, whatever.
Yeah, she happily married and all
Happily married. Yeah, God bless her.
that. Yo, shout outs to Chelsea. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Chelsea.
We
one
ain't never
time,
forget about you, baby.
for sure. But at the time I was dating older women. I was always dating older women.
Yeah.
In high school, I was low key the man in high school, whatever. But so I broke up with Chelsea because she went away to college, and again it became a long distance relationship. The sad part was we did have that foundation because we was in school together, and then she left, and that shit broke me.
Yeah, but at like 19.
Yeah, not even. Yeah, nah, I know.
15.
Yeah, like 16, 17, 18 vibes. Yeah. And I couldn't even handle it. But it's funny though, because talking about long distance relations, that was my first experience with it. And I could not handle it. Like just 100%. I was like, oh my God, she's having all these new experiences. She around a whole college campus with all these new guys. Like, oh my God. I was fucking writing her emails like, oh, you better not go outside. Like, this is crazy. Like, looking back, I'm like, yeah, but like, that's especially like for like one of the first times you fall in love and stuff is like super serious and you don't know how to deal with it. So I was a dick. I'm wholeheartedly admit that. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, broke up with her, and then so I was a senior in high school, captain of the football team, whatever, la la la.
Yeah.
And there was she was a transfer student because like everything was like small town, whatever. You had your regular people in there. So this new girl transferred in, and she was by far the baddest bitch in the school. Like, and I was like, oh wow, like. So then she's hanging out with these guys. you know, like kind of like low key like the loser squad that was outside smoking cigarettes and all that, this and that. I'm like, yo, I can't.
Emo
like,
kids.
Yeah, like, or just whatever. And I was like, I just can't figure it out. What the fuck? This girl is so fine, but like something's not right. But like but again, going back to like my 17, 16-year-old self, I didn't care about all that.
Right.
I was like, this bitch is fine. Like, I'm trying to, you know, I gotta do it. So, and she was dating this like corny ass dude from whatever. And I was like, all right, like, scoop.
Let me get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that from you. He wanted to fight me so bad, but he knew he couldn't because I would beat his ass.
Let's get to the meat of it. Let's get to the meat of it.
Let's get to the meat of it. Anyway, this joint ended up being a fucking nightmare from hell. The reason she left Arizona, where she was initially from, is because her mother sent her away because she was a fucking problem child. And she was
Go
living
to your
with her
father's
aunt.
house.
Huh?
Go to your father's house.
Yeah, nah, with her aunt.
Oh,
With
damn.
her aunt who was mad strict.
Yeah.
And this girl was just trouble, bro. And whatever, again, I looked past all of that. I was like, whatever, like it was, I think she was doing drug, whatever, like, and yeah, at one point her aunt kicked her out the house. She was in the halfway house, whatever, rehab, like, or not even rehab, but like assisted living for teenagers. And I used to sneak over there like late at night to pick her up, like bugging. And then, you know, the funny part was I realized I was like, I'm bugging. And also I knew like I was going to college. I was like, I gotta change my life around. I'm going away, like whatever. And I told her, I was like, I gotta, you know, I'm gonna start over. Like, and she was heartbroken. But then this is the kicker. So when I left, cause she looked at me like I was like the best thing that ever happened to her. So I left and she started dating like the drug dealer in town, and he actually knocked her up.
Wow.
And she
this
had
Chelsea.
No, this is not. This is the girl after her.
A girl after her. Okay.
I don't even want to say her name because I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead.
But anyway, so yeah, that ended up happening. And then all my boys too in the town. Like I went away to college. Everything was good. I was meeting new friends. I was having a great time. I was like, this is fire. And then my boys from home were like, yo, your ex got knocked up, whatever. I actually came home, like my first trip home after I went away, and it was like, yeah, bro, it's bad. And so I actually ran up on this dude. I beat the shit out of him because I was like, that was mad disrespectful and like whatever. Even though I broke up with her, I'm gonna put my foot down.
It was my bitch.
No, not even like that.
That's what it sounded like.
But I was just, you know, dumb, like young, whatever, like looking past all those quality aspects and just looking at a bad bitch for what it was, even though she was a train wreck.
So all right, so now what's the evolution of that for you?
Yeah, I mean, right? I think that's my initial point when you asked me the question, what's your type? I said initially it would have been like, oh, she's this fine ass bitch, and now I said what I said I need a quality communicator. I need someone that's compassionate. I need someone that's going to give me the physical attention. Like, so I look at certain fundamentals over just your aesthetic.
Okay, I think that's pretty fair. I think
that was a good first full circle moment.
Yeah, it was.
In my opinion.
It was. I think. I think for me too, right? Like what I'm looking for in a woman now is to make sure she has a level of compassion, to make sure that she's willing to meet in the middle on certain things with communication.
Get some more juice, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Respectfully.
Got to you. But you have to turn it. You gotta turn it. But just to make sure that we're on the same page about certain things, and we can develop a relationship where we can have conversations. I think conversations is the most important piece, right? Right now I'm just looking for a shorty who can communicate heavily.
Hold up. I just went into my little high school thing. Let's get into yours.
My high school thing?
Yeah.
I want
to hear the origin story.
I want to hear the origin story?
Give me the origin story of AK.
I used to fuck the girl next door.
Oh yeah, that was me too.
Yeah.
The girl I lost my virginity to is my neighbor.
Yeah, no, that's not the girl I lost my virginity to is another story. But
she was fine as hell too.
But I used to fuck the girl next door. Then I was on a track team, and I was fucking someone
I was on
on.
a track team too.
I was fucking somebody on a track team. She's probably gonna
Running through the 6 with my woes.
Facts. So I was fucking with someone on a track team. She was older than me, so she went off to college a year before me.
Oh,
and yeah, it's the same thing. Cause trust me, I can relate to you.
You were sick
heavily.
Hey, give me your feedback.
Yeah, I was sick, but I somehow had the wherewithal to like be like, this is not gonna work. So I broke it off, and she was pissed at me for years, or maybe I'm dragging it, but she was pissed at me.
Oh, speaking of that, just real quick, speaking of the same joint that whatever I broke up with her before I went to college and all that, so she spiraled crazy.
No, not right now.
Stop. I would even say to this day, bro, not even to this day, but like 2 years ago even, she hit me up like asking me for money and shit. She's hit up my father because she knew him, whatever. But like,
yeah,
she was the type to like, that was like the Facebook era too, where like it was only Facebook. She would make like 17 different Facebook accounts.
No,
Like connect with me, like be like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to get some diapers for my kids.
No,
like, yeah, and I was just like, I felt bad, but I'm like, damn, like, sheesh.
So yeah, so Shorty went away to college. She went away to college before me, and I had the wherewithal at that age to be like, listen, I don't think this is gonna work. I think in the long run, you're gonna appreciate this, and I just don't think this distance shit is gonna work, because I always knew that distance didn't work for me. It works for some people, but
I agree.
For me, it doesn't work. Like, I need you present, I need you around. And her and I always had a blast, and she's an amazing woman, and I always I wish her the best. But
Nah, so what went wrong? She moved away. Like,
she just moved away. Nothing went wrong. She just moved away.
How did you react to that though?
Just
similarly, or you were like,
I just fucked other bitches. Yeah, I was fine. I was fine. Yeah, I was like, well, this bitch ain't here no more. Who's around?
But you know what? That like
What's
going back to our original like I guess breakdown of that. It's like, you know, I feel that to a certain extent to this day. It's like, you know, that's why long distance relationships don't work for me, because at some point there is a physical aspect to it. It's like, yo, if you're just not around,
listen,
there's only so long before like my basic fundamental human needs is gonna kick in, and like, you know,
you can say whatever you want. Yes, we all want a woman who is,
and all y'all long distance relationships that are hearing this right now.
No. If you're in a long distance relationship, you have a different take. Come here, talk to us, let's talk about it. Because I have some pushback.
But let's be serious.
I have some pushback because your bitch is fucking somebody else.
Yeah,
let's get real.
Come on.
But
come on.
Ultimately,
why you always lying?
Ultimately,
that was actually on point.
Yeah, why are you lying?
Yeah, why are you lying?
Yeah, facts. But ultimately, I feel like long distance doesn't work for me, foundation or not, because I need somebody who is present, somebody who I can be around, and somebody who I can spend time with, and I know myself. So she went to school in Virginia, and I'm in New York, and I'm a high schooler, so it's not like I'm coming.
Yeah, but I think, like, again, going back to dating in my 20s versus my 30s, like,
yeah.
you know, we'd have been just like, oh, like, we're gonna try and make it work, like, yeah, of course, like, yeah, but then, like, now in my 30s, I'm gonna just tell you, like, this is not gonna work.
All right, so now that you're 30, what's your dating life looking like now?
My dating life is trash right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, elaborate.
Well,
expound.
We talk expound, yeah. So we talked a little bit about in the last episode. You know, I was dating this shorty that I reconnected with. You know, like, and it was good. But this is actually why I'm also talking about this today. Is like the long distance, killed us.
Okay,
because I can't do it. And I told her that, and actually I told her too. I was like, I was with it. Again, in my 30s now, I know what I want. I know what it is. I was like, I'm with it. Whatever. I said, you need to come here. You need to either move in with me or not.
Yeah.
And
so let me offer some pushback. Was she willing? Was she willing for you to move in with her?
Well, nah, she wasn't. Well,
Was
you
it-
know,
was it-
I'm not gonna get into the details of that,
Okay.
but that wasn't an option.
It was not an option.
It was not an option.
All right. I
I'll
just want to
keep
offer
it
some
at that.
pushback because it's
Yeah.
like, why she got to move in with you? Like, who the fuck do you?
Right.
Who the fuck do you think?
Nah,
that,
I mean, yeah. Again, I'm not gonna get. You know, it's still semi recent, so I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of it. Maybe we will at some point.
Yeah.
But that's a Name a Better exclusive for another time.
Yeah, some Patreon shit.
Yeah.
All right, we can't play right now.
On some gang shit.
But okay, so ultimately, you was in a long distance relationship. You try to get closer to her by having her move.
And she said no, nah. She told me she wasn't with it, and I said, okay, respectfully,
yeah,
this is not gonna work. Then, and that's the maturity that I'm talking about.
right. Because
Where
it's
in
time,
my 20s,
it's time to move forward, right? Because right now, I'm not trying to waste a bitch time.
yeah, I'm not trying to waste my time.
I'm not trying to waste
her time.
my time, and I'm not trying to waste your time. Have I wasted people's time in the past? Absolutely. I've wasted mad people's time.
That's what
but
I'm
today
saying.
I'm not. Listen, I don't see you as a girl. We could chill. Da 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 da.
I think the 20s was like the playing games era, and I did it flawlessly at that, I would say. But now my 30s, like I'm very clear on what my type is, what I like, what I don't like, and what works and what doesn't. And so when I find someone that works, that's great, which is super rare. It hasn't happened lately. But when I find someone that doesn't, I have zero problem telling them the reasons why it doesn't work and how we're not going to continue.
Is JJ looking for a wife?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would love that. That's the goal for sure. I want to pop some babies out. I'm trying to do all that shit for sure.
So you're looking for, hey, ladies, ladies, my friend JJ, he's single out here.
Single and available, match.com, name a better. Hello.
You know what I'm saying? But so you're looking for looking for a wife. So what has been your issues? Because I'm sure you've been dating. I'm sure you've been talking to women.
I mean, honestly, I really haven't been, to be quite frank.
Is that a personal choice, or you?
Well, no, honestly, it's not. I mean, I mean, I just really don't have the time right now. I've been working my ass off lately, as you know, too. So
you got to make time for things that you want.
I know.
People only make time for the things that they want.
And I think also that's an aspect too, but I think I need to find a woman that like can relate to that, because some women, they, you know, as you know very well, they just want attention, and attention is something that is a scarcity for me right now. So you feel me?
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. I completely agree. I feel like if you want a girl, you find a way to make it work, busy or not.
Of course, yeah. If one of them rise to the occasion and rise to the top, I'm gonna give her everything that she deserves and needs, because there's just there's nothing that's gonna come in the way of that, as you know. Okay. So, but I just haven't found that one yet, and it's okay.
She's still out there?
Life is a journey. Of course she is.
She's still out there. Okay.
She's just.
So you're not jaded. I'm not jaded.
That's another thing. I think the difference between 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And dating is like,
you're not jaded.
I'm not jaded. Nah,
Listen, let me tell y'all something. All you bitches with y'all trauma, I don't want it. What the next man did to you, I'm not that next man.
Leave your past trauma in the past.
Leave it in the past. Leave it where it was at. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? Well, get some therapy, get some help before you come and meet me.
Please get some fucking therapy. Please talk to somebody.
But or you know, if you want to use me as a rebound, then just say that.
Hello?
Just say that.
Hello?
We could
I just got out of something. I'm not trying to do anything serious.
We could be clear.
But this goes back to communication. I personally think that communication is the most important part.
Foundation of any strong relationship.
Important thing of any relationship, because you need that foundation. You need that foundation right there to say, hey, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what's going on. This is not what's going on. And that way we can navigate forward.
You thought I was feeling you? No.
You thought I was feeling you?
Come on now.
Come on, I'm not feeling you, ma. I'm not feeling you. Yeah. And it's okay if you're not feeling me.
It's a wrap, baby.
But let's move accordingly.
Let's just move with clarity, consistency, and communication.
We're grown.
Name it better.
We're grown.